you to this website here about unit tutorials, unit conversions. And in order to get this to go, you have to click the Learn tab here. Later, you can click the one step, the multi-step, even the double units or the squared and cubed units. They're actually really excellent tutorials. So I'm going to click on the Learn right here, and it comes through and it gives you the problem. All of your problems, whether in chemistry or physics or anything else, you're going to look at these units and you want to kind of figure out what it is you're starting with. So once you get here, you're going to click Next Step. And it says the first thing you're going to do is set yourself up. They use these things I call like railroad tracks, but they also just do it with a times, a ratio you'll see in other tutorials. And they're going to find the number in the problem and put that in the very first spot. That number has a unit, and it's important to recognize that you have that unit because we're going to look for that unit in the set of conversion factor choices we have. There's lots of conversion factors that exist. The one in chemistry that we use a lot is 1 mole is equal to the number of grams off the periodic table for a particular element, or even the coefficients, that the mole ratio in a balanced chemical equation is something that we can use. Here we find that we want a conversion factor from centimeters to inches because they ask us that in the problem. And we're going to just arrange that fact so that centimeters is in the denominator and the thing that it's equal to is in the numerator. Once we put that thing that it's equal to in the numerator, we check that we've got the units that we want. Notice you're doing algebra with the units, and then you go ahead and use your calculator. 48 times 1, divide it by the 2.54. Then you want to make sure that you carry that last unit standing and put it in your answer. All right, so we're going to go ahead to the one-step problems. I'm going to pick one down a little ways here. And they've already started for me. They put the starting part in here, and I only have one conversion factor. The reason I like this is it's a little bit of a drag and drop. So I'm going to grab one conversion factor, and I'm going to put it in the denominator. And I'll grab the other one and put it in the numerator. And then you can see that the unit grams cancels out. I get the new unit kilograms. My math is 1,640 grams. Times 1, divide it by the 1,000. Let's try a multi-step practice. So I'll pick one of these out. Ooh, it looks like it's a little bit more complicated. Don't worry. There's a number and a unit in the problem. You're going to drag that to the first starting point. Now you have to search and think of any unit that you know that has kiloliters in it. So, I found one right here. It's kind of this greenish color. I'm going to grab the denominator because I want those two units to cancel out, and whatever it's equal to goes in the numerator. Now they're asking me to get to deciliters. I'm not there yet. So I have to kind of look for a conversion factor that has liters in it. A lot of them have liters. So let's look for one that has deciliters. Here it is in orange. I'm going to take half of it and put it in the denominator. Notice the liter went in the denominator and the thing it's equal to goes in the numerator. So now that I'm ready with that, I can do my math with my units. Kiloliters cancels with kiloliters. Liters cancels with liters. Deciliters is the last one standing. I can go ahead and put this in a calculator. 2.2 times 1,000 times 10. I don't have to divide by 1, but you can if you want. And then check your answer, and your calculation is correct. Let's see if we can get to an even more complicated one. Here we go. We're starting out with 18 pounds. Which one of these facts should I use? I'm going to use the fact that there's 1 pound and 454 grams will go in the numerator. All right, select it. There you go. And now I'm in grams, but they're not asking me about grams. So I want to cancel out grams. I'm going to put that in the denominator. And I'm going to put kilograms in the numerator. And then I can check that one as well. You're going to be using this type of conversion factors with chemistry. If you don't know what to do at the first part, cancel out grams and go to moles. If you're in moles already, you probably want to use the coefficients from a balanced chemical equation. Make sure you're tracking the substances, the chemicals that are in that equation so that you choose the correct coefficient. And then just arrange them all so they cancel out.